Today we're going to be talking about lesson 13.2 on perimeter of composite figures. So to begin with, a composite figure is a figure made up of two or more other figures. So for instance, on these two, we're going to estimate the perimeter of the figure. So remember that the perimeter is the distance around the outside. So we're going to start by looking at how far each side goes. So here, if we start at the top left corner, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 boxes. I'm going to count all the flat sides first. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now, if you'll see here, these four sides are all on the diagonal. So the rule or the kind of suggestion with diagonals is that we count each one for 1.5. So we have 3 times 1.5. Here again, we have 3 times 1.5. On the outsides, again, we have 3 diagonal units times 1.5. And again, 3 times 1.5. So now we need to add these together. So again, starting in that top left, we have 7 plus 3 times 1.5 is 4.5. 4.5, 7, 4.5, and 4.5. And we are going to be adding those together. So there's a lot of different strategies you can use to add these. I like to use just kind of some combination strategies. So I know that 4.5 and 4.5 makes 9. And 4.5 and 4.5 still makes 9. So then I would combine 7 and 9 is 16. And 16 plus 16 makes 32. So my estimation for the perimeter of this first figure is 32 units. Now we can use the same methods to help us with number 2. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units. 1, 2, 3 units. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units that are diagonal. So 5 times 1.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units. So now again, we're going to add those. So 5 plus 3, 5 times 1.5 is 7.5 plus 10 and 8. Now go ahead and add those on your own. If you added to get 33.5 units, you are correct. Now remember that these are just an estimation of the actual perimeter. Now, if we look at the next two, number 3 says this figure is made up of a semicircle and a triangle. Find the perimeter. So we need to start in one spot and go all the way around the figure. So here we will see that this is like half of the circle. So that's like half of the circumference. Now remember that circumference is pi times diameter, but since we're only going around halfway, we're going to divide that by 2. Once we get here, we have a side of 10, and then we have the bottom of 24 to get us back to where we started. So we need to find out what is the diameter. Well, the diameter goes all the way across the circle, which is 26. So 3.14 times 26 divided by 2 plus 10 plus 24. Now here I would cross cancel these to help me out. So 26 divided by 2 is 13. So 3.14 times 13, and you would get 40.82. Plus 10 and 24 is 34. Now when we finish adding these, we are going to get 74.82 centimeters, because perimeter is single units, so 74.82 centimeters. Now, if you look at number 4, it says the figure is made up of a square and 2 semicircles. Find the perimeter. Well, we need to start with, what do we know about a square? If we know that this side is 8, this opposing side is likely 8. But we also know that squares have 4 equal sides, so the left and right sides are also 8. So if we look at how this figure is split up, we're going to see that we have a square and 2 semicircles, which is 1 circle. So again, if we look at how can we get all the way around the outside? So if I start here, that's going to be a semicircle and another semicircle, which makes 1 full circle. So remember, the circumference, or all the way around a full circle, is pi times diameter. Then we need these 2 pieces that we have left, which are both worth 8. Pi using 3.14, the diameter, or the distance across the circle through the center, is 8. 3.14 times 8 is 25.12. And then you can go ahead and add 25.12 plus 16 to get your final answer of 41.12 meters. Now keep in mind that when you're finding the perimeter, you're only going around the outside of the figure. So any dimensions that are on the inside of the figure do not get added.